Chinese New Year, and there's a new administration in Washington, but there's nothing new about how the right is responding to Barack Obama's policies. For all the talk of bipartisanship, meaning Barack Obama should be bipartisan, the ridiculous right are back at their old tricks, and sad to say, some in the media are too. After only 3 days, the right's madmen were railing. The reversal of the global gag rule on health providers, would they say, unleash an African infanticide. The closing of Guantanamo will release terrorists to stalk our schools. Former presidential candidate and abortion criminalizer Gary Bauer even figured out how to fit the Gitmo decision and the gag rule into the same sentence. Viz. It is both sad and infuriating, he said, that in the same week President Obama extended new rights to prisoners at Guantanamo Bay and began to release men whom we know have murdered Americans, he is preparing to sentence innocent children to death through abortion. Bauer has built his career on crude manipulation of an underinformed public. But it is sad to see the Associated Press headline writers going the same way. Over an article about the president's decision to close Guantanamo Bay, the Associated Press on Sunday ran the headline, quote, "Issue of terrorists' rights to test Obama's pledge." How different is that from Bauer speak? Detainees' rights are terrorist rights now? It's an old Bush crony meme. Back in June of last year, the ideologues at the Heritage Foundation were pushing the idea that terrorist detainees had been given more rights than Americans. Now there it is in the AP headlines, which, thanks to media mergers and the layoff of journalists across the country, probably ran in scores of papers across the land, including, well, the Star Tribune and the International Herald Tribune. Writing in Salon, Glenn Greenwald points out that, quote, "It's what the Bush followers have used for years to justify their extremist torture, surveillance, and detention policies, and to demonize anyone who opposed those policies as being soft on terrorism or even pro-terrorist." But as anyone who's been following the facts knows, hundreds of those detained at Guantanamo have actually been charged with no crime at all, and hundreds more have been released before trial. Of the more than 550 initial detainees, there are only 245 remaining. And even more important, and this is what Republicans generally don't want you to know, many alleged high-level terrorist detainees have already been tried in our normal federal courts, where innocent until proven guilty still endures. After receiving a beating from the right for being too soft on Obama these past few months, the media are probably going to bend over backwards in all sorts of ways to be rough on the new administration. But that's no reason to pick up and run with right-wing talking points. If that terrorist rights headline appeared in a paper where you live, why don't you pick up a pen or open your computer and write a letter to the editor? That's all we have time for today. You'll find everything you've seen on this show at our website, GRITtv.org. There's a place to comment on every story. While you're there, join our mailing list so we can let you know what's coming up on the program. There's a podcast and a Twitter feed of every blog posting. Just follow GRITtv on Twitter. And please, become a supporter. We're broadcasting commercial-free across the United States on Free Speech TV, Dish Network Channel 9415. And you can ask for us on your local cable station. Thanks for watching.